What is Formula One? Beginner's Guide. There's 22 cars in Formula One driven by 22 drivers. There is 11 teams: Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Alpine, Williams, Audi, Aston Martin, Visa, Cash App, RB, Cadillac and Haas. The teams are massive. There's hundreds of people working at the factory and at the racetrack. F1 is the pinnacle of motorsport. Everyone wants to race there. It is the quickest. They go 335 kilometers an hour. They can pull 6G through the corners. That is very, very fast. $18 million a year is the average salary. 8 million followers across social media is the average. Fame, money, and glory. These are what the drivers race for. They want it all. You get that all in Formula One. 32 deaths in total. 2014 the most recent. Jules Bianchi the most recent fatality. It is the most dangerous sport in the world. All the drivers want to win the World Championship. That's the main prize. That's the big one. The teams want to win the Constructors' Championship. Same thing applies, but it's the big one for them. Every race, the driver gets points for where they finished in the top 10. If you win the main race, you get 25 points. If you come second, you get 18. Third, 15. That completes the podium. Fourth, you get 12. Fifth, you get 10. Sixth, you get 8. Seventh, you get 6. 8th you get 4, 9th you get 2, 10th you get 1. That completes the Grand Prix on Sunday. Then for the sprint race, this is 100 kilometres, much shorter. If you win that, you get 8 points. If you come second, you get 7. If you come third, you get 6, all the way down to 8th, getting 1. There is no point for who comes 9th or 10th. As it is shorter, there is less points on show. Often see drivers not taking the sprint race as seriously or using it mainly for a testing session to see what works and what doesn't in order to get the big points on the Grand Prix Sunday. That is very, very important to know, so you know what happens in the sprint race might not be reflective of what happens in the main race. In Formula One, your teammate is your biggest rival. That's who you can be compared against because you're in the same car around the same track. There is no differences. You're either faster than them or slower than them, and that determines how good you are as a driver. Money is given to teams based on where they come in the championship. If you win the championship, they get more money. If they come last, they get less. So they want to win the team's championship because that's where money is handed out. The winner gets $132 million. That's what's happened in 2025. This increases every year with the commerciality of F1 getting more and more. F1 26 calendar, racing all over the world, 24 rounds, starting in Australia, finishing in Abu Dhabi. Meant to be, depending on the Trump war. They go to every continent apart from Africa. The weekend schedule. On Fridays, there's FP1, sprint qualifying. On Saturdays, there's sprint race and then qualifying for the main race. And on Sunday is the main race. However, on a non-sprint weekend, Friday is FP1 and FP2. These are practice sessions where the drivers can learn what works and what doesn't. Then on Saturday is FP3 in qualifying, and on Sunday the main race. 22 drivers go as fast as they can over one lap for qualifying to set the grid. So the slowest 6 drivers get knocked out in Q1. The slowest 6 again get knocked out in Q2, leaving the top 10 to fight for pole position. Pole position means you start first. That's a huge advantage, starting first. Drivers line up in qualifying order for the race to start, and they will wait for the 5 red lights to show. When these show, they know the race is about to begin, so they need to get ready and hold the clutch. When they disappear, the race begins and the drivers can go. The drivers race over a set amount of laps as determined to start the race. Each driver must make at least one pit stop during the race. They cannot not pit. The drivers have 5 tyres available. Wet in the blue, soft in the red. The white, yellow and red ones are how quick they can go and how long they last. The white lasting longest, the red being the quickest and the easiest to degrade. So white lasts a long time, yellow in the middle, red does not. Green and blue both are wet, depending how wet it is. At the end of the race, the top 3 finish on the podium. They stand on the podium, they spray champagne, they celebrate, overlooking their teams. So thank you for watching episode 1. Stay tuned for episode 2. Like and subscribe.